Happy Wednesday, Dharma Circle. Swati here, the Embodied Dharma Coach. So glad to talk to you today about your online course. So this class is especially for you if you are currently building an online course or a course structure that is going to be based online, or maybe you already have one and you need to refine it or improve how it gets results and creates revenue. Or maybe you're thinking about creating a course. This is for you as well. So either way, whether you have a course already online or you're thinking about building one, this class is for you specifically. So there are 3 reasons why I prefer an online course offering structure, especially as a sensitive, gifted woman. I want to increase my revenue. I want to touch more lives in meaningful ways, and I want to do it without taxing my body, pushing, forcing. I want to create growth without strain. And this is one of the benefits, very important benefits of having an online course structure. So first reason to create an online course is you can reach people from all over the world, touch more lives in meaningful ways more easily. The second reason is you can support more people all at once with less work and less effort. So it's less strain on the body. And then the third reason why I love a course online, this structure, is to create steady revenue consistently without having to do single sessions. Some of you are stuck in a single session model or a one-to-one session model. This is not a scalable business structure. If you are wanting to create 6 figures in your business and beyond, if you're wanting to create 10K months consistently, it's not going to come from a one-to-one session model. We want to create a business structure that scales, which means that this is less strain on the body. It's easier to make more money, touch more lives in meaningful ways, but without more work, without more effort. That's where your online course is crucial. So these are the things you need to consider when you're building an online course. And the way that I teach, remember, this is rooted in your soul purpose, your Dharma. So I don't know what other course structures you've encountered out there or what other coaching models or coaches you've worked with, but I want to remind you that if it's not rooted, if your offerings are not truly rooted in your embodied soul gifts, then it's going to, first of all, it's going to disconnect you from body and soul. It's not going to be nourishing, and ultimately it won't be sustainable. So the first thing we need to know is my offering rooted in my soul purpose? Is this truly about sharing my soul gifts and my soul wisdom? Is this about strengthening the lineage gifts and my ancestral connection? If so, great, let's move forward. Some of you need to do some refinement. Some of you need to clarify what is my soul purpose. And based on that, then what is my true business niche? What is the marketing approach that is best going to serve me and my clients? And who is my absolute ideal client? All of this is about your soul purpose. And of course, we can look at a Jyotish chart very easily and understand, refine, clarify exactly what your purpose is and build your business model based on that. So please make sure if you are creating an online course that you are clear on your soul purpose, your specific medicine and gifts, why you're sharing this, who you're supposed to share this with, and what's best going to benefit you, your body, your soul, and the client you're serving. Next, you really need to understand what are the solutions and outcomes that I provide that are unique to me, that are unique to my soul gifts and wisdom. Be pristine in your communication and how you express this. Do you understand how to give proper support and results online? If you've been working in person and if you've been doing one-to-one sessions, creating an online group course structure or modules online, it's a different kind of learning and it's a different kind of support. The outcomes that you give and share and provide, it's going to be different online than in person. So you need to know how to translate that properly. Is your course priced properly? Are the levels of support that you're sharing clear? I suggest having 3 levels of support: entry level, mid-level, and your highest level of support. There should be 3 clear levels of pricing as well. So your online component, still beginning, middle, and end, or entry level, mid-level of support, highest level of support. We need to refine how we're moving people through our process, what's best going to support their outcomes and the solutions that you can give them, the outcomes that you can provide. And we need to have clear levels of support and pricing as well. And then everything after, the clarity of your offering, who you're serving, why you're supporting them, what are the outcomes you provide, the pricing, all of it. After you're clear on that, then everything else is proper marketing, proper communication, educating, sales processes that are clear and refined, that prevent attracting headache clients and problem clients. So everything from here on out, after you've created your course, is about marketing. And I see far too many people, helping you clarify your course, but then they leave you dangling. So these coaches, great, help someone create a course, but then what's next? If you don't know how to properly market and sell your course, it doesn't matter how amazing it is. No one's ever going to use it, and it'll be a waste of your time and energy as well. So I just want you to remember that creating the course is wonderful, and we want to do that with clarity and be pristine in our why and how we're communicating it and our pricing and all of that. But if you don't know how to market and scale properly, who cares, right? I mean, really, you need to know how to market properly and get the results and grow your revenue. Otherwise, there's no point in even having a course. We want to touch more lives in meaningful ways, and we're going to need marketing strategies in order to do that. So once you've created your course, then it's all about proper marketing and scaling. So there are several steps for creating an online course, but I want to give you a couple steps right now just to get you started. First of all, clarify exactly what process you have been in on your own path. So by now, you have already experienced some major transformation in your life. Name that. Give it a title. What would you call this story or this transformational experience that you have experienced in your own body and your own life? What is that? Name it. And clearly identify, and this is for marketing purposes, what lane is this transformational experience rooted in? Is it a relationship experience? Is it a money experience? Or is it a health experience? What lane are you in? You need to know that. There's only 3 reasons people buy, And from a dharmic perspective, there's really only three reasons people come to, or souls come to this earth to have this human experience. It's either going to be about love and relationships, it's going to be some health issue, or moving closer to the body and the body wisdom, or it's going to be about wealth, nourishment, and pleasure. And these are the pathways of Dharma. And all of this is rooted in a spiritual experience, or moksha, liberation of the soul. So those are actually the four pathways of Dharma. Name it. Know what pathway you're working with and why. Then you want to clarify, what have you been moving towards, or moving away from? Let's do the moving away first. What have you been moving away from in your own life? List it, name it, be very clear. What have you been moving away from in your own life? The problems, the pain, the grief, the challenges. Name that clearly. And at the same time, then go into, what am I moving towards? What have I been moving towards systematically in my life? Moving towards these solutions, these desires, these results. Name that. Get really clear. And try to refine it. Again, know those lanes. Is this relationship, wealth, or health? And these are the challenges that you help your client overcome and the solutions that you give them. So from there, you're going to want to give this process a very clear title. Who am I? What do I offer? Remember that from a dharmic perspective, your ideal client is you. You don't need to go guessing, who is my avatar? What does my client really need? Well, if you're doing your work, you already know this. You know exactly who your client is. It's you. You know what you've been moving away from. You know what you're moving towards. And this is exactly what you provide your client with. So, congratulations, because this is how to refine your dharmic path. And then I would invite you to actually name the steps that you've taken. So 5 to 7 steps that you have personally taken to move away from this problem and move towards this solution. This becomes the vertebrae or the backbone of your course structure, and even how you share your content and what messages you're sharing. It's all rooted in the vertebrae of your offering. So clarify what those 5 to 7 steps are that you have taken yourself to move away from the problem and move towards this solution. And this becomes the vertebrae of your course and everything that you share. And yay, this is the simple version of creating your online course as well, and how you're going to educate and communicate what you do with people as well. So this is a very simple expression of how to create your online course structure. Of course, if you want more support with this, I'll be sharing a way to step into my wealth training at the end of class. So stay tuned for that. The mistakes that most people are making with building a course is that piece around your soul purpose. It's not really rooted in what your soul work is and your dharmic purpose. It may be disconnected from your lineage gifts and wisdom, and it may not be embodied knowing at all. Don't just create something to create something, hoping that someone is going to buy it. We never want to create something based on what others want. That is a marketing tactic that, quite frankly, it's not rooted in Dharma. I have too many people coming to me saying that they had a business coach tell them to go do market research and see what other people want them to share and offer. What do other people need? That is a backwards approach to marketing. Your offering needs to be clearly, firmly rooted in your own dharmic gifts and wisdom. This is about your soul nourishment. Then we can refine our marketing and our messaging from there, but not the other way around. So make sure that you're creating something first and foremost that feels good to you, that nourishes your body and soul. The other mistake I see people make is they have a very chaotic approach to their business structure and their offering structure. They have too many options. They are not clear and specific in their one piece of medicine and their one reason for sharing their gifts and wisdom, and it's scattered. They've got too many irons in the fire. The offering itself is complicated. Too many pricing offers and structure for the offering itself. It's not clear. It's confusing. It's chaotic. Too many things going on. And guess what? If it's confusing to you, it's going to be confusing to your client. Simple, and even having one offering with one clear pricing is actually a better option than having multiple offerings going on. So make sure it's clean, clear, and pristine, and that you're not chaotic in your offering structure and your pricing structures. So when you're creating your course, I'm just looking at my notes here. Understanding, yes. So this comes back to understanding the type of course structure that's best going to support your goals. And actually, it starts with your body first. So like I said earlier, what does your body say? Is this offering nourishing to your body? The reason why we would support or create an online course in the first place is, again, reaching more people with less work and effort, and you not taxing your sensitive, gifted body unnecessarily. So your course structure, you need to consider, how is this going to be offered? Am I going to be giving an evergreen module structure that people are working through on their own? And then there's a live Q&A that comes with it. Maybe these are modules that people are working through, and then you are meeting them privately. And that depends on how many clients you're taking. That would be, again, minimal amount of clients you can take on a one-to-one level. So I suggest that you think about two specific structures. This is your entry level and your mid-level offering. Your entry level offering is going to be evergreen modules on a platform like Kajabi that run people through your process very simply. And they're taking these steps on their own. You may even drip out the content and they take a step each week, something like that. And then you have a monthly or a weekly live Q&A to answer questions and needs. So that would be an entry-level approach. There needs to be some level of support along the way. In my experience, you don't get best results from your clients when they're left to their own devices. You need to have some consistent support along the way in order to keep them moving through the content and making sure they're getting results. So think about what's the approach for you that's easiest for you and your body to meet the needs of all of these clients, but without overtaxing yourself, but also giving the support that the client needs. Is it Q&A? Is it group work? What does that look like? For your mid-level offering, I would suggest a group component. And there's a time frame around this. So is it 6 months that you're working together in order to get results? Great. In that 6 months, they have modules to work through, and they get live support with you. Again, that could be weekly, could even be bi-weekly. You could have a co-coach teaching with you, and they take some of the classes and you take some of the classes. But you want to create a structure that gives best results, the hand-holding and guidance, the questions, the needs of the clients. They have support for that, and there are steps they are taking moving through your process, your course structure, the steps that you provide to get this result. And then a highest level of support could be at a very premium level pricing, one-to-one mentorship. You take 5 people at premium pricing, and your bread and butter is your group work and your entry-level offering. And then you don't even have to do private work at that point if your entry-level and your mid-level offering are functioning properly. So just to remember that you want your structure to be giving the best possible results to your client. They need some level of hand-holding support and guidance, but it's going to be through group work or some live class component that comes with it. And pricing accordingly. So just remember that your pricing determines results. Your pricing determines the type of client and the quality of client that comes in to work with you. If you are pricing too low, you're going to get people who are not motivated to actually get results, do the work, and change. Go back and listen to my class on 3 levels of support and 3 levels of pricing, where I walk you through this structure of low, medium, and high, and why that is so important. For your online course and your online structure, you can focus on an entry-level offering or a mid-level offering and use that to get your clients the best results without having to overgive and do one-on-one sessions privately with people, which again doesn't allow you and your business to scale. So this is a really important, honestly, your entry-level offering and your basic level of support that is maybe where people come into your process. This is the hardest piece of your offering to price properly and to structure. So what I invite you to consider is those end results that you provide and making sure that your vertebrae is very clear. So those 5 to 7 steps that you are moving someone through in your process in order to get them results. Build your middle level offering first, that group that you're bringing people into. Move people or create that structure first. And that way you know what you're moving people into. Then strip that away and create a simpler form of that for your entry level offering. And just make sure that the pricing for your entry level offering makes sense for that group work, that mid-level offering. So in other words, if your mid-level offering is $5,000 for a 6-month process, your entry level offering better not be $200. Be clear that the entry-level offering actually supports attracting the right client who's ready to invest at a higher price point later down the road, and that it's preparing them. Your entry-level offering is preparing them to be ready for your higher levels of support and more concentrated work that's at a higher price point. And I see this all the time where people have such a huge gap between the pricing and what's included in the entry-level offering that it doesn't make sense to upsell anyone and keep them moving through your process. And you didn't attract people who are even ready to invest at a higher level. So make sure that it makes sense and that you are doing everything you can from your side to make it clean and pristine and move people through your process very seamlessly. Again, your entry-level offering, your online course entry-level offering should prepare someone for your higher levels of support at a higher price point. So clarify that. And if you're wanting help with this, and if part of you is saying, I really actually need more support with this, maybe you are already creating your course or you already have something created and you need to refine it. And you heard in this class today that there's some gaps here that you need to clean up and go back and refine. Or you're creating a course and you want to do it right the first time. And you're wanting to use social media and a Facebook group to grow and scale your offerings to reach more clients and to create those 10K months consistently, then jump into my wealth training. I've made it even easier for you to join this process with a very easy to do payment plan, $197 a month. You have lifetime access to these resources, and the pay in full is $1,500 right now. This price is going to go up in the next couple weeks. So if you already know that you need this kind of support for building your online course, scaling to 10K months, and getting the marketing support that you need to have really clear content, a clean sales process, then jump into wealth training. This is my entry-level offering, and this is where I support you in creating the foundation and the vertebrae of your offering, your 3 levels of support, low, medium, and high, and your 3 levels of pricing. And of course, we're rooting all of this in your true dharmic purpose using Jyotish, Vedic astrology, as the resource for deepening your self-trust, clarifying your path, and your purpose. Jyotish is so powerful for that. It's always been used for Dharma. It's an ancient Vedic tool that has been used for Dharma. And what I've learned over the last decade, helping hundreds of clients clarify their Dharma and trust their Dharmic gifts and wisdom, is that when we use the Jyotish chart as a resource for refining your Dharma, we can also refine your Dharmic business model using this clear dharmic map as well. And so your niche becomes clear, it becomes a no-brainer, your ideal client becomes absolutely pristine, your marketing messaging and how you're educating your clients, it all becomes extremely clear and focused and aligned because it's rooted in your Jyotish chart. So comment wealthy below if you would like more details about wealth training, if you're ready to create a clear course structure and build an online offering. Wealth training is for you. That's what I've created it for. I want you to have this foundation before we could even talk about mentorship or refining your 10K months and scaling you from there. This is the foundation that you need to have in place. You need to have clarity, trust in your offering, and you need to have a clear vertebrae and foundation for your online business before we can even talk about scaling and growing beyond 10K months. So jump into wealth training. I've made it so easy for you to join right now. This is a special promotion that is only available for the coming days. We will be closing this next week officially. So if you want to jump in and get this support now at an incredible investment level, then do so now. Comment wealthy below, and I will follow up with you personally, and we'll see if wealth training is the right fit for you right now, if it can support you in where you're going with your business and your offerings. And I'll answer any questions that you have, and we'll go from there. Happy to have a call with you as well. We can jump on a Zoom chat, have a call, and I'm happy to answer questions and needs there. comment wealthy below for wealth training details. We'll build your course and you'll get clear on your offerings and have a clear strategy in place for your content, your marketing. Even if you have an online course already, let's refine your marketing and your messaging so that your 10K months are easier and more refined and more consistent. All right, everyone. I hope to see you in wealth training. Our next live class for wealth training is this Friday, and we will be working on your sales process and refining your sales process. If you know you need sales support, jump in and come to class live this Friday. All right, wealthy below, and I will follow up with you. Take good care and good luck creating your online course.